matters, how do you do? This is my podcast and it's just for you. It's called Ted Talks and it's a load of shite, but I hope you enjoy it because I've kept it light. It's 30 minutes long and all about Teesside, the people, the places and the Boro Pride. Now then, matters, it's me, Ted Hanky Ted Hanky. I'm just adding things onto my name now to make it sound a bit more important than that, Anna, you know what I mean? Listen, I'm recording this and it's friggin' bonfire night and there's loads of fireworks going off and I've got Branko, my dog, if you don't know who Branko is, just next to me now, just shaking like a shitting dog, basically. He won't stop. So I apologise if you hear fireworks going off in the background or Branko's ass, doing flatulence and that, because he's a little bit scared, poor lad. Come here, good lad, go on, yeah. All right, go on, walk off. Yeah, so episode 20. I'm on episode 20 of the Ted Talks, Ted Hanky Podcast. It's mad, innit? You know what I mean? So thanks for supporting it and that. As you can tell, I'm trying to stay a little bit upbeat, judging by how shite my footy team Middlesbrough are at the moment. We're third bottom, and we're just not happening, isn't it? We're going to have a chat about that later on when I bring my guest on and stuff like that. And, there's quite a few hot topics regarding the Boro at the moment that I like to have a good chin wag about and that, you know what I mean? But, like I say, fireworks night, we're going to be talking about that as well. I don't see what the fucking point is. My neighbour next door, right, he's got like his whole family round and they're all got these fucking stupid shitty fireworks going off, like proper loud, you know what I mean? They're rattling my greenhouse and everything. I'm well unhappy. And Branko's obviously going off his chops. All the neighbours' dogs are going off the chops as well. It's just, why? You know what I mean? I opened my window because I had a big poo to try and let the smell out. And I just let loads of smoke in. And I was choking on like pooey smoke in my own toilet. So, what I've done now is I went in the back garden when Branko, I let him out early and he had a big dump near one of my sheds, and I've picked it up in a co-op carrier bag and I've just lobbed it over the garden right near where they're going to set off loads of Catherine wheels and stuff. So when they come back out after the jacket potatoes or whatever they're doing, they're going to get a shitty Catherine wheel all over the face. Going to be proper mint. I can't wait, me. But anyway, we better move on with the show. So again, thanks for tuning in. As always, this show is sponsored by Boro Fan TV and Showcase Comedy. Boro Fan TV providing fan content to keep all your lovely Middlesbrough matters chatting and trying to be positive about the Boro. And Showcase Comedy, somewhere for you to go when the Boro's lost and let your hair down and have a laugh, you know what I mean? Because you need it. So thank you very much. Here we go with this week's show. Right, so before I welcome my guest into the studio, you'll have noticed over quite a few episodes of my podcast, I've been selling off advertising space, you know what I mean, for local businesses, film trailers. I've even been plugging some of my albums and some of my other shit on there and stuff like that. So I'm just going to play you an advert now from a local educational establishment. My name is Derek Corbin and I am the Chief Principal of Hartlepool High. Here at Hartlepool High, we can teach you all of your skills you're going to need for when you're out in the big bad world with real people and that. Here's a couple of testimonials from a couple of our students at the minute and that.
Hey, my name's Vicky and I'm learning how to do an NVQ in looking after old people and that. I've just finished me 5th syllable on wiping bums and I love it. It's taught me a whole new set of skills here at Hartlepool High.
Before I came to Hartlepool High, all I used to do was go down to my brother Nick meat from farm foods and stuff like that. But now I've got a purpose at Hartlepool High. I'm studying to do things and I get a free carton of milk on my dinner and that.
Hey, my name's Calvin, and I'm studying hairdressing here at Hartlepool High. And, I've only been on the course a few months now, and I've never felt more accepted. I really haven't, because when I was at college in Middlesbrough, I used to always get, "We don't like your sort here," which I thought was a bit bad. But now, over here in Hartlepool High, I only get that 50% of the time, which is nice.
Alright, yeah, my name's Trevor, right, and listen, I'm learning all types of new skills in that here at Hartlepool High. Like, I'm learning about maths, I'm learning about science, chemicals and that, you know what I mean? Now, I can easily distribute and cut up an eighth and a tenth, and I didn't even know what it meant before, but now I know the measurements, and I know exactly how much baking soda or crushed up paracetamol must have put in to still make it a worthwhile sniff, you know what I mean?
Hello, my name is Mr. Jenkins, and I'm teaching English language here at Hartlepool High, and I've got to say it's a fantastic establishment for the young'uns, the young children to be learning, and for me personally, I really enjoy my time here at Hartlepool High because I'm a pervert. Yeah. So there you have it, Hartlepool High. It's more than just a college. It's a community. It's a place of learning. It's a place where you can come and be accepted. And it's a place where you won't get touched off the teachers unless it's Mr. Jenkins. So come on, sign up to Hartlepool High.
Right, so joining me in the studio is my brother-in-law, Mallet. How you doing, mate? All right?
Yeah, you're all right, Ted. He's all right out there in, is it podcast land, isn't it?
Podcast land, yeah.
Yeah, it's like up near Sunderland, isn't it? Is that where you record?
Yeah, it's
podcast land.
Podcast land, yeah, it's just near Alnwick.
Yeah, I thought so, yeah.
You daft bastard. It's not real, man. It's virtual. You must have heard of, virtual.
Listen, I told you, I don't understand it, man. It's like, it's in the waves and stuff, innit? Like, people said, you're on waves, right? I went down Redcar, couldn't see anything, right? And then they said, it goes, through the sky, right? All I can see at the sky at the minute is fireworks, so do you know what I mean? I don't know what you're on about.
Well, we won't confuse you, mate. I'm glad you mentioned fireworks, because I've just been saying there to my listeners about fucking all these fireworks going off. Branko's shaking like a fucking leaf. He's every 2 minutes. He's farting like mad as well. His farts stink. That's probably because he had a tube of toothpaste earlier on when he was stressed out, but you know what I mean?
That's funnily enough, that's what the real life Branko used to do when he played for the Boro. When he was stressed out, everyone would run over, and when they get water bottles?
Yeah.
Right, I just saw him munching on some Colgate. It chilled him out, man. It chilled him out.
Do you think he likes Aquafresh as well?
No, honestly, it was Colgate, and it was the triple protection one. Honestly, I spied it and I thought, and you could even tell because some of the players when they were next to him, they'd give him a little smell and nod their heads in approval. You know how we had fantastic breath all the time.
Yeah. That'll explain that fan faction, won't it, of the Aldgate Colgate got together.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was, they had the best dental hygiene out of any hooliganism group in the country. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They'd always put gum shields in when they were scrapping and stuff like that because they had beautiful pearly whiters, but they still all had shit fringes.
Well, they were before the time, weren't they? It was like they were like the Towie, but they weren't from Essex. They were the Towie from the town. You know what I mean? They all used to go in the iron ups and that, townies, yeah.
Yeah, we're the Townie.
You know what I mean? Go in the iron ups and that, you know what I mean? And get bevied up. Class, I remember all them lads, wicked.
Good times,
great days, man, great days.
It's all right, Branko, it's all right, son, it's all right. Shh. No, put that away. God, he's got his big bell end out. Anyway, right.
Funny that. That's just like that. No, let's not say that one.
That's just like Emerson used to before he came. I saw him walking up on the sidelines in his little arena shorts and his cheb end fell out.
Yeah, he's a big lad, him, like.
I know, mate. Remember when we went, I've mentioned this a few times on my podcast, remember when we went to that fancy dress party at the Empire and all the Boro lads were there? And I think one of our lads got battered off the yacht off, didn't he, for trying to get stuck into his wife?
No, it was Johnny Hendry, man.
It was Johnny Hendry, that was it, yeah. Johnny Hendry, no, don't be tapping onto my wife. That's what he said, didn't he?
It's normal, though. Like, he got a slap off Johnny Hendry, but, like, Wilco was just behind him. You know, because them two did everything together.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
not only did the team up so well up front, like, they used to, like, to go dancing together. They used to go to the buggies together. Honestly, they did it all, man. So he was there just ready, but he didn't do no battling, Wilco.
No,
he won't have. No, didn't he? Do you remember?
He'll just set it up, won't he? And let Hendry finish it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There we go. But yeah, that night we seen there was Janino and Emerson both dressed as clowns, weren't they? And I seen Emerson's bell end in the urinals, and it was fucking massive. Remember that?
What was it actually in the urinal like?
Well, yeah, it was swishing around, you know, with them little orange pellets that refresh the urinal.
No wonder he always looked a nappy man.
Yeah.
He was carrying one of them sort of constitutional packages on him.
I looked at the side of his pleb as well, and he had like a little perm growing down the side of it as well. Like,
yeah, get away, honestly.
Yeah. Wow, mate, he even styled his bush. That's how cool he was.
Well, he had enough time, didn't he? Because he didn't do naught else. He used to stroll about the pitch doing naught, and then he'd belt one in from 50 yards.
Yeah, and then do a dance, wouldn't he?
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. He was still probably my favourite player ever to play for the Boro that had an afro.
Oh.
And smoked as well. He used to love his, he used to buy singles off Pat Wardell. We've talked about that, haven't we?
Yeah, he liked his Berkeley Benthals, didn't he?
Yeah, right. He did big Berkeley bombers. Whoa! He was always on him.
He's touching on his hair there. Do you know who my favourite hairdo who played for the Boro was? And people forget about this one, but it's an absolute beauty. Abel Xavier.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. He was mental, like. I think your man Adama tried to do the same sort of thing, didn't he?
He did, yeah. But he couldn't grow. He couldn't grow the big blonde Hulk Hogan tash like Xavier had as well.
He was the man, wasn't he?
He looked like if he was in like some type of like DC comic film. Like he'd be sat underneath the sea with a trident, guarding the fish. That's who he looked like.
He did, but he wasn't like there was two players who we had about the same time, if I remember rightly, right? One of them had wispy pubic hair and he cost £1 million. Do you remember him? He had like little curly pubic hair.
Wow, who's that?
It's a test for you, Ted.
Joseph Job.
Yeah, it was one of Neil Cox, wasn't it?
Coxie. We've had a couple of pubebs. We had Coxie and we had Keith O'Neill. He had a pubed.
He did, didn't he? He was an handsome lad, Keith O'Neill, though. Like, he pulled it off well. And then we also had, like, the best-looking bloke ever to play for the Boro, in my opinion. And that was only Clayton Blackmore, man. He had a different standard of sunbed compared to everybody else. He brought sunbeds to Teesside.
Oh, mate, he was the only one using an enhancement tingle tan lotion. That's why.
I think he started knocking it out, There's quite a few of them, like, all of a sudden they got a lot darker skinned.
Hey, do you know what? Guess who I seen walking around the town the other day, proper tanned up as well and looking really masculine and beautiful?
Miguel Beck?
No. Referee Jeff Winter.
Oh, Jeff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, mate, sometimes he comes round and buys some tripe off me. When I have some spare tripe on the go, Winter comes round, yeah.
You boil it up in the kitchen and then Winter comes round and goes, have you got any of that tripe, mate? And then you just...
Yeah, he comes round once a year. Do you know what I mean?
I like that as well, yeah. I wonder if he still carries his cards in his pocket when he's down the pub with like the lads and stuff like that and someone's a dickhead, he'll just get a yellow out,
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Like, why don't... He should do that, and he'd be like, "Ow!" Like when they're out of 50 bob and that, and he just takes out a yellow, he goes, "Ow! Stop it!" Right, and then like someone pushes in front of him at the bar, and he gets a red out, and he goes, "Get outside!"
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, mate.
Or what he does is if you're queuing at the bar, you know what I mean? He gets out that little form and he puts a distance from the next person at the bar as well. You're not allowed to get close. Because I don't like it when I'm queuing, me, and I've got some big chuffy bloke up my ass trying to get served before me. Get the form out like a free kick and mark the territory. He's got to get 10 yards behind me. I tell you what, man, Winter could clean up in the pubs, man, just doing the doors. He could be like he could be like, you know, we're going to put Winter on the doors like that. And he won't just throw you out for your first fight. He'll give you the warning. Then you'll get a yellow, maybe even a sin.
Unless it's a proper bad punch, though, then he chuck you straight out.
Maybe it's like if it's malicious, you know what I mean? Or like if someone's run at the toilet and you trip them up on purpose, then that's a straight red.
Yeah, I think you're onto something here, but like, you know, you were talking about his little foam thing. Back in Winter's day, they didn't have that, man. He'd have had to, like, you know, had the IR karate talc. And he'd just you know, get behind the line. And then, like, Robbie Fowler would have done that thing, pretending to sniff it and that, because he was like a comic. Yeah. And he'd went, get behind me line, but it had been IR karate talc.
And if he didn't have any talc, he could have just chewed like a wambar and let his mouth foam up. And spit, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, we're up with something here, man. We always come up with some fucking class ideas, me and you, Mala.
Oh, well, you know. Yeah, like I said about when you were talking about the dogs and that and the fireworks, man, I don't give a fuck, mate. Like, I've been selling fireworks left, right in Chelsea. Love it. Everyone's coming down Malice to buy some stuff, you know what I mean? I've got them all. Big whoppers, small whoppers, little bangers. You know me, man. I carry them all.
Have you got any Denise wheels?
No, I've got rid of them all, actually. I've got nothing left of them.
Yeah, all right.
But do you know what I mean? I'm nearly sold out now. I've got about 10 left, like packs left. And if not, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go in the garden and have like my own version of Stockton Riverside Festival ones.
What? You're going to have a load of pissed kids around as well, drinking cider and throwing fucking bangers at old people.
Aye, but this year I'm going to do it to, you know, like they always have tunes that they're playing that, like, and they set the fireworks off, right? I'm going to do it to Flash Gordon, because, you know, the Queen album, I'm going to whack that on, you know, with Brian Blessed and that. Gordon's alive, and a massive banger goes on. Yeah, it's going to be class.
I'll be mint that, mate. And then, like, you come in like a, you know, like a tight, like little outfit on a jet ski, and
yeah, well, last made us do that once, man. Honestly, never again. I was locked outside for ages. You know, we don't have a jet ski. Well, like, I put on a leotard of hers, and I had a kid's scooter, and I was just outside because she'd locked the door and fell asleep, hadn't she?
Oh, fucking hell!
Oh man, it was bang out of order, but you know what I mean. The neighbours like laughed for a bit, but then you know what I mean. Someone give us a dressing gown and that, and then it was all right. I had a cup of soup. It was quite nice.
All right, what flavour was it? Can you remember?
Well, minestrone,
Well, I'm a big fan of the tomato ones, me, you know what I mean? But they're a bit salty sometimes. But I like that bit sometimes where it hasn't dissolved properly and you've got a little bit of gunk at the bottom of your cup and you can just scoop it with your fingers and rub it on your gums.
Oh, man, that's the worst. Have you ever had one of them, like where you have the vegetable one as them soggy croutons and then you get that gunk at the bottom, man? It's,
love a soggy crouton, me.
Yeah, I've heard that, like, you know what I mean? That's what's written on the toilet wall in the buffs.
Right. Thought you'd heard of your Julie there.
yeah, listen, I'm not speaking about Julie at the minute.
What's she done now, silly cow?
Found out where them fish fingers came from, didn't I? Watched that little video thing.
Oh, yeah, she's a mucky cow, Julie.
Disgusting, man. Do you know what I mean? I've told our mum and everything.
Not Big Veronica.
Yeah, our mum, like, she's not happy with her, like, because apparently Julie, they go halves on the bingo, don't they? Julie won a couple of big lines and she said no.
Oh.
So it's only Pauline from down work who's told us, like, so, you know what I mean? My mum's not happy.
I bet she isn't. I wonder why Julie's not, not answering me texts or me calls or anything like that.
Oh, mate, she'll be living it up in Goldie's till 3 a.m. You know what she's like when she has a bit of cash.
I know, yeah.
She'll be buying everyone Bacardi freezers and hooches, and like she'll be like dancing around a mysterious girl at 3 a.m.
Bit of cash, she splashes the gash as well. I'm telling you now.
I've heard that, yeah. So,
anyway,
well, that's also in the toilet wall in the buff. Sorry.
Going back to fireworks anyway, I'll have a chat with you about this, mate, because I know you've been knocking off these dodgy fireworks, but bonfire night, mate, what's your thoughts on it? Do you know about the history of it and that? Because I'm not sure I do.
Yeah, well, funny you should say that, like, because as you know, like, I like to read all sorts of comics, don't I? Do you know what I mean?
Jazzmags.
Like, and once there was no comments or jazzmags about, so I read a couple of books, right? And it was about this fella, right, called Guy Fawkes, right? And he was like proper class. It was a bit Andy in that as well, right? And like, you know, all the divvies in Parliament and that, they were like, nah, yeah, we're not going to do what you want, Guy Fawkes, you know what I mean? We're going to do our own business up here. And he went, well, I'm not having that, right? So from what I can gather, he got like loads and loads, mate, of bangers, like loads of bangers.
Snappers and all
and
that.
Like, oh, mate, he must have had a ton. At least like a Cortina's boot worth. Right? He got himself down to London, right? And he dug a big hole, right? And he was going to get down and set it all off. And that's all they'd be like, fucking hell, what's that? Loads of banging going off. But someone grassed him up, didn't they?
Grassy bastards.
Yeah, mate, some dodgy southerner grassed him up. That's what I think it is anyway.
Is that what we're celebrating then? We're celebrating some bloke years ago dug a big hole and got grassed up trying to blow up a building and he didn't even do it. And we're like, nice one, we'll celebrate that. We're going to go and pollute the ozone.
Yeah, like, no, they'll be celebrating that now. But like back in the future and that, when we're not here, they won't be celebrating all the grasses that we've had. They'll just write it on the wall.
I know. Yeah, do you know what? I remember.
Like Ted's a grass. I've seen that one.
Do you know? I remember that time when Jacko grassed on you for smuggling those cigarettes in your underpants from Turkey because you'd went over your limit, and he grassed on you at customs, didn't he? And but you know they were like, fucking shut up, Jacko, you're always lying, yo. They didn't believe him, but he tried to grass you up, didn't he?
Yeah, mate, he grassed us up.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for a parmo, I can tell you I don't touch them. But what I do have are a very particular set of podcast skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you listen and share this TED Talks podcast, that will be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Liam Neeson telling you there that you better share my podcast on social media such as Facebook and Twitter and invite all your friends and family to listen to it or he will find you and he will fucking kill you. All right.
I'm telling you now, right? I don't know if you know this, but have you ever had you ever been to one of them like woodland furniture shops?
Right, yeah, you know, that on that advert where it's knock on wood, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that sort of thing, right. I've only just discovered that, you know, they sell you some of these tables, mate, in the Lion.
What do you mean, the Lion?
Like, high-up tables do lie at times, you know. Right, like once when I'd had a couple of them cigarettes that had come from Turkey, like my bedside table upstairs was telling us some right porkies.
Was it?
Oh, well, it was like going, I'm going to get you, Mala. And I was just having a fag out the window. But like, I think it might have been a funny fag. But anyway, it was telling me loads of lies. And it was going, Ted's been grassing on you.
Do you know what? I remember, right? I went to one of them sports suppliers, and I bought. I heard this table tennis going to make. Oh, buy me! I'm a table tennis table. Like, you'll have loads of fun. You can fold me over and play me on your own. You don't need a partner. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, when you fold the end up and you can play yourself. So I was like, all right, I took this flat back table tennis home, and when I built it. It was a snooker table, so it lied to me. The table had lied.
I'll be honest, that sounded like an instruction that you get in one of your dirty magazines.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
You can fold it up and play yourself. Oh, yeah, I know where you're coming from, lad.
Do you know?
There's a lot of tables going about lying at the minute.
Yeah, do you know what, Mala? We've been dead clever there with that link, haven't we? Because we're talking about Woody saying that the table is lying. What's he on about, the daft bastard?
Like, you know what it is, right? You know when you just caught barefaced, like off the teacher at school and that, like, and you feel proper cheeky, and they're like, did you do that? And you just go, no. No, I doubt it. That's all Woody's doing now. You're like, oh, Woody, we're crap, aren't we? And he's like, no, I doubt the table's lying. You know, no, Woody, it's in front of you, and he's just going, doubt it. And every time someone speaks, he just goes, doubt it.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Jonathan, you've been caught out. Why don't you admit it? You're picking the wrong players and your team's crap. No, it's the table. The table's lying. I swear down, it's not me, it's the table.
That's exactly what he's doing. I quite like it though. Like I'm quite happy with that. It's like I reckon Gibbo comes in and he's like, "Oh, Gibbo, do you remember in Rocky when he hangs upside down and does sit-ups, right?"
Yeah.
Gibbo goes, "Yeah," and he went, "Well, have a go." So they strap him upside down, and then he shows him the table, and Gibbo goes, "Wow, look at us, we're second," and he goes, "Well, aye." And then the Gazette says, "Hang on, we're second bottom," and he just goes to Gibbo, "It's like the lion, man. The lion again."
And we all know the Gazette lies, so
he's got the best front ever, hasn't he? I mean, isn't that the best thing to ever do? He's just, I don't it, lion. I don't it. Gusted is the best player in the world. He's class. Maybe we should get him on one of them like lie detectors.
Do you think so? Like, get him on? Is it a polygraph test or something like that?
Yeah. Well, aye.
He might pass it though, because I think he genuinely believes the table's lying.
He does though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was convincing, that press conference.
Honestly, I believe him. Like I said, I'm happy with the tactic. This is just like, honestly, all he's doing is he's just going to... Do you know what a story arc is? Like, you have to be crap to then get good. So at the minute, like, let's go back to Rocky, right?
Yeah.
At the minute, we're like just like bumming around still, and we're chucking the ball at the wall, and we can fight, and we're decent, but we're just doing this, and then we need something to happen. And I think what's going to happen, is everyone's going to kick off, and then he's going to go back into the training room and he's going to go, "Win, Boro, win!" And like, there'll be a training montage, and you'll have like Gusted running up the side of like Rosemary Toppin and that, and like with the music, it'll be class. And then we'll come back and we'll win the league, man.
Mate, I'd fucking love to see that. Gusted can't even run up the fucking wing. Never mind up Rosemary Toppin.
Yeah, but Rocky was never going to beat Apollo, was he? You've got to believe, man. You told me that.
Yeah, you're right. I am believing. I'm believing in the Boro. I really am. And I believe we'll get, and I don't believe the table.
Don't ever believe tables. Lying, horrible pieces of wood. Like some of the lying pieces of wood.
Yeah, good. I like that. Good one, that. Good. Well, I mean, apart from the lies and stuff like that, we're not very good at the minute, are we? Like, I've been watching some of the games, and I don't know what's happened to Asomba Longadonga, but I think he might have lost some of his toes or something, because I just don't...
I'm being honest with you, right? I watched Derby, mate. You know, I watch them all, as you know, but right, I was proper upset with that miss he did in like the second minute, man. I mean, I don't know what's up with him. It's like, it's like he's like, he just as well. He just whinges, like he gets dead upset, like, and he's just like he's just being in a mood all the time at the minute.
Yeah, I think
it doesn't go his way, and he just man.
I think it's because he looks like Carlton off the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
He does look a bit like Carlton off the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You're right.
A bit annoyed by that. Well, you know, I released a song quite a few weeks ago about Asomba Longadonga, and it got loads of shares. So I might re-release it and see if he watches it, and he might go, "Do you know what? That's motivation for me." That like.
I tell you what it is, though, right? To be honest, we don't have the squad, though, do we? Because we've been poor all season. But we knew, remember when we were having that conversation before the season even started, Ted? And you were saying to me, like, the balance of the squad wasn't like that sold all them players, didn't hardly buy anyone in. But he keeps on talking about his youth players. But why doesn't he just play him then? Yeah. I want to see Walker and I want to see Little play. And I'd go and get your man Stubbs back from up in Scotland because they've captured him, haven't they?
Yeah, I'd bring back Phil Stamp as well.
Yeah, well, of course I would. Yeah. He was a ginger general, man. Everyone knew him and feared him.
Stampy would do a job in there, definitely.
Too right, he would. Hey, if we're going to do that, can we bring Andy Campbell back?
Stampy, Campbell, McMahon's joining the coaching team, so he can go right back again. I've heard Kuhl's joining the coaching team as well. Is that right?
Is his missus making a return to Emmerdale, like?
I don't know. It's good, like, innit? We'll have Keane's missus, we'll have her missus. I don't know, I haven't seen if Woodgate's got a missus or not, but he used to bosh that Kate Lawler off Big Brother, didn't he? He was a DJ.
Yeah,
she's all right.
At this rate, Viv Anderson will be coming back.
Big hell, he'll be boshing everyone's wife, won't he? Anderson. Hey, big dirty Viv. Bloody hell, eh?
He was some bloke, man. I used to love a bit of Viv, me.
I used to like.
Can't beat a Tash like
I was going to say,
Tash.
His Tash reminded me, of Eddie Murphy in that Dolomite film. Just a clash Tash like that.
Oh, mate, do you know what? He just reminded me of like one of them rock hard people. Where he'd just look at you and go, he's like a proper dad.
Yeah.
He'd just look and go, well, and you just wouldn't say no because you were going to get a bat.
Like Hightower in Police Academy.
Well, aye. He was class, man.
Yeah. Good days. Well, that's enough of the butter anyway. Did you? I mean, we might as well talk about it. I don't understand it, but did you watch the rugby?
Yeah, right. I didn't, right, but I never understand it, mate. I don't know. I don't know what the crack is. Like, they all look cuddle each other and that, and then grab all the balls and stuff, and they all look like. Yeah,
they're like
they've been on protein.
Well, they do. They look like they've been soaking their heads in protein. Some of them. There was one player for England, right? And I'm fucking sure, right? I'm really sure he works on the door outside the Garrick in Stockton. Honestly, he's just this little fat bald man, and he's meant to be a professional athlete. Bloody hell! I mean, he's playing in the World Cup final. He looked like he's knocking beak out on the weekend outside the Garrick.
They probably do, man. I mean, these rugby players and that. Do you know what I mean? They're all a bit mental anyway. For me, mate, it's a game that, like, if you had no skill playing football when you were a kid, you played rugby. Yeah. So God knows how Gusted's managed to still keep playing football. He looks like he should be bound for rugby, wasn't he?
Or netball.
Oh, yeah, I'd play netball, mate. Yeah, too right. Yeah, when I was younger, I grew my hair like dead long and that. And it was when I was dead thin, and they thought I was a girl, and it was class because I played netball, but I was smashing them all over, like not boshing them. I mean,
I heard this rumour that you did 2 years in an all-girl netball team, and no one realised because you used to check your tail between your legs as well, didn't you? Yeah.
That's right. I nearly went all the way until my balls dropped. Like, literally, they dropped out of my kicks one day. And they went, miss, look at Janie's hemorrhage. Because that's what I called myself, didn't I? Yeah. Right? And, like, my balls had propped out, and they were all going, ooh. And I went, oh, sorry. And I put them back in, and then, like, I put my fag out. And I think the game was up then, you know what I mean?
What position were you? Gonads attack. Yeah. Oh, man, that's a class story, that. Well done. You should grow your hair back long again, mate. You'd look a bit like, possibly a bit like Steven Seagal in some of his early movies.
I think it's Seagal,
or maybe, like, that bad guy in Karate Kid 3, who sort of,
he's the best man.
He comes with, like, the slick back ponytail as well. I think you could pull that look off as well.
Yeah, did you ever suss out on Karate Kid? Did you ever like Daniel LaRusso? He was a right bellend anyway, wasn't he?
Oh, mate, he was a little funny. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, look at him, like, he turned up at them people's town, right, and he was just being an arsehole, and he was like, hey, I'm going to take your missus off you, and all this crap. You know what I mean?
Wonder that the Cobra Dojo wanted to kick his tits in. Because I'd done the same. Done the same. Turning up to my town, trying to steal all the flange, you know what I mean? And then was it Karate Kid Part 2 as well? He went over to I think it was China, and tried to steal a flange over there as well.
Yeah, that's. I tell you what, they were going to make Karate Kid like up to 7 and 8, where he went international stealing flange.
Oh my word!
But he's honestly right.
See him try in Ukraine, he'd get fucking knocked out.
Well, yeah, like Karate Kid 15 was going to be set in the Boro, but for his own protection, they decided not to, because like the flange had been knocking him out.
Yeah,
in the Boro in the town and that. You know what I mean?
You can do as many crane kicks as you want. They're still going to kick your head in. They really are.
Yeah, mate. You can do a crane kick and they just do a big Bertha drop on you.
And then you'll have wax on, wax off all over your face.
You'll have eyebrow wax all over your face.
Oh, you're right, mate. You're right. Listen, anyway, I wanted to talk to you about because I've been offered, I'm getting a little bit of like celebrity status in that. You know what I mean?
You're a famous man. I've seen you on the billboards.
That's it, man. Yeah, I've been offered the chance to bring back a very popular game show, and me as host. See if you can guess what it is.
Is it The Price is Right, but it's a market stall?
No, that'll be good, that one, no. Yeah, I'll keep that one in mind because that'll be clapped, wouldn't it? Knocking out like, get your veg, price is right.
That's it. And you have to understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then you have to get the price right because, there's always wafty prices on them veg stalls. Like, how much is that late, mate? And he's like, 17 pence. How'd you come up with 17 pence? Yeah. But anyway, sorry. No, so it's not that.
No.
Let's have a look. Is it Bullseye?
No, not Bullseye. I'd love to do Bullseye, but
Julie could be the
don't just walking across the bottom of the screen, just in a boob tube.
As well, and mate, I've got prizes because I've got like an old Cortina and a caravan in the back garden they can give away. Look at what you could have won, and you just pull my knackered caravan out. Looking sad.
Hey, I've just upgraded my Hinardi microwave as well, but I always keep the box as well, so I can rebox that one back up. It's got like some crusty gravy and stuff I can't get rid of, but box that back up. There you go. Microwavable oven.
I tell you what, just start all of that, and if not, like we said the other time, just bonus ball that, man. You'll easy make 50 brick.
Yeah. Do you know? But our bonus balls for like tax dodging scruffers, just to put it simple.
But bonus ball is when you put your hand down there and you find you've got two. Do you know what I mean? Because Hitler only had one, apparently.
I mean, I know. Down the club we've got bonus Paul, and
that's just because he steals everyone's bonuses when you get your bonus.
Yeah, he's trying him. I've been offered the chance to bring back Wheel of Fortune. Remember that from years ago? Yeah. I'm sure disgraced John Leslie used to present that at one point as well. So I can't get any worse than him. So I'm thinking I might do it, but I'm gonna have to. I want to make it a bit different and add some different sort of games and prizes, and have a nice bit of flange on there as well, because they always have a bit of flange on the show, don't they, on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, you should, but mate, I think you should keep some of the John. Didn't he used to go out with Abby Titmus?
He did, yeah. He used to. So
your assistant there could be called Abby Titmus, so it's someone without tits because he's missing a tit. So it'd be a flat woman.
Have we missed tits?
Abby missed tits.
Right.
That's class. And you could do that.
I'm sure it was Jenny Powley's assistant, but I love Abby Miss Tits, whatever her name is, yeah.
But no, don't be John Leslie, because he's a bit of a creep, wasn't he?
I could be Leslie John. See what I did there?
Leslie John, wouldn't Abby Miss Tits?
Yeah, there we go. Now, I'm going to do it as Ted Hanky, and I'm still working on the content, but I've got to get a wheel for starters. Don't know where I'm going to get one.
Yeah, I can help you out there, lads.
You'll get us a wheel. I don't want a pram wheel. I need like a proper big fucking spinny wheel to put loads of stuff on. Because I was going to bring back Wheel of Fortune. I was going to bring back Strike It Lucky as well. And when it was Hot Shot, I was just going to have a Parmo Hot Shot on my desk. Hot Shot Parmo. Every time someone got Hot Shot. So.
Oh, hang on. I think you should, mate, but I think it should. You Strike It Lucky, it'd be a good one, but do it a bit different. Take them all down like Stockton, and take them into one of the pubs like the Clock Tower, and it'd be Strike It Lucky. It's who can pull first.
Oh no, Mala, Mala, Kinnell. I told you to put some credit on his phone, the scruffy get. He won't know, will he? He's like, no, I'm not using my 3 minutes, aren't I? You know what I mean? I'm not paying for credit when I get my 3 minutes. Honestly, we were on a bit of a roll there. He was doing me out in anyway there, Mala, so we'll just crack on without him. Right, Maris, well, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm telling you, so you will know this after I've told you. I think that makes sense. I've got my own website now. I've got my own website, tedhanky.com. Fucking easy to remember. And if you go on there, you will see loads of lush pictures of me, links to all like loads of videos. There's links to my podcast episodes, and there's also a link to services as well, where you can actually book me to come and do stuff, like whether it's a comedy gig or I'm a class DJ as well. I do DJ nights, so I can do party nights. Advertising, I can advertise your business, your products, do voiceovers, any marketing stuff like that. I can do it all, me, like, you know what I mean? So, you know, I could be the face of, I don't know, your new bakery product or fashion brand, or I could be the voiceover for, I don't know, you might own like a tractor hire company or something, like, hiya, why don't you hire out Mickey's Tractors, the class, you know, that type of thing. I can do all that. You can also, I've got a shop on there, you can buy merchandise. I've got some Believe mugs on there, and I've got some Make Butter Great Again hats on there as well. And you can also, book me to just send you like a video message on your birthday, or like send one to your mates going, hey, Bobo, you've got a face like an ass, happy birthday, you know, stuff like that. So have a look, sign up to my newsletter as well, and all that type of shite, and it'll be proper class. So please check it out. Do it. Anyway, it's come to my favourite part of the show now, where I open up my question forum on the social medias, and you leave a comment with a question, and I try and answer it on my podcast. Oh, bear with me a minute. Oh, fucking hell, that was a big fart, that one. So try and answer it on my podcast. So we're going to now have a usual version of Ask Ted. First question from Scott Dinsdale. He's late to the party here. Don't know if it's too late, Ted, but Facebook has informed me I need to collect a sticker to say I'm a top Ted Hanky fan. Does this mean I have far too much time on my hands and need to find a life? Or is this a good thing? I'm not sure. The question is 5 minutes late, but footy also has stoppage time, so cheers, pet. Scott, I don't know how all this top fan stuff works, you know what I mean? I think it's if you like the saddest, stalkiest Doyle, you get a top fan rating. So a few of you have got that, which is good, well done. There's no stickers or anything, but you can purchase a Ted Hanky Believe mug from tedhanky.com. A little bit of plug in there, like from the earlier link, so cheers. Next question, Chris Andrew. If you had to choose between having to keep Woodgate as manager for the rest of the season, or rubbing that space dust popping candy sweet stuff in your eye and keeping your eyelid closed for 10 minutes, which eye would you use? Oh, God, you're clearly not a big fan of Woodgate there, Chris Andrew. It's a good question, though. You could have said to put it in my bell end. That would have been even worse, to be honest. But I'd probably put it in... I'd probably put it in my left eye because I do a lot of winking at the lasses with my right eye, and I find it a bit more difficult to wink with my left eye, so I won't be bothered if I had to wear a patch on that one, if that makes sense. But I don't want to leave just yet. I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to give it with Christmas, and then we'll see what happens. So there we go. Next question. My good mate Duncan Phillips. He's been to a couple of my gigs, and he always buys me a coffee at coffee.com, ko-fi.com. It's £3, you know what I mean? It's not bad for the coffee, that. You can get one in Starbucks for that, so cheers, Duncan. His question is, with all the rain we've had, Ted, what type of umbrella do you use to keep your lovely hair looking so well kept? I've got one of them massive Sports Direct ones that covers your whole fucking body. But what I tend to do is I tend not to go out in the rain because I don't like getting my Adidas Sambas wet, and it's just horrible, isn't it, the rain? I don't like it, so I check the weather or I look out my window, and but I carry my umbrella with me just in case if I'm out and about, you know what I mean, doing stuff, I've got my umbrella with me just in case. Next question, Frankie Goodall, it was his birthday the other day. I seen on Facebook and asked recorded him a video message because his lovely girlfriend Kay said, will you do our Frankie video message? So I did that. So another service plug there from tedhanky.com. Frankie, let's see your question here. Now then, Mara, thanks for my birthday wishes. See, told you, yeah. Just want you to know I've called it off with Big Fat Julie now because I think you're mint and that. But my question is, how do you get this fishy smell off your fingers? Right, now what's happened here is you might have seen on my clip that I shared from my gig at the Southern Cross. Frankie was the poor unlucky lad that Big Fat Julie pulled out of the audience, and you know, he went home with her. He went home there and he was been scuttling her for days now, and I found out about it. But, you know, I'm not with her properly, so I'm not mad at him, you know what I mean? She's a very desirable lady. But he's now got the scent of Julie on him, which I'm telling you now, Frankie, it's impossible to get rid of. You're going to have that smell on your fingers, on your nutsack, on your chin, probably for a good 6 months now, mate. So you just got to get used to it. All right, pal. Next question, Richie Austin. Hiya, Ted. Do you know if Jimmy Mack is back yet? If not, do you know when? He's apparently been missing since 1967. Should we start an appeal or something? Like putting posters on lampposts and stuff. Oh, so it's just like there's some poor little kid gone missing called Jimmy Mack, yeah? And he's been missing since 1967. Yeah, I think you should, Richie. I think you should get a campaign going and get some flying going. Just take a picture of it, mate, when you've done it and send it to me. And, you know, and I'll share it on my page because we need to find Jimmy Mack, you know. 1967, he's going to be an adult now, but we'll find him. I've got a feeling he's out there. I've got a feeling he's safe. Next question. Martin Fletcher. All right, Mara, how important does a person have to be before they are considered assassinated instead of just murdered? It's a dark question, but I like it. You know, it's a good one. It's a good one, Fletchy. I would think, right, well, let's put it into context. If, for example, and I'm not saying anybody should do this or it should happen, but if someone like from Love Island or Geordie Shore, such as Sam Gowland or someone like that, was hunted down by a crazy stalking bit of flange and you know, strangled him to death with a fanny, that would be classed as murder, in my opinion, because he's not quite big enough. You know, he's famous, but he's not quite big enough. If, for example, I don't know, somebody decided to take out Paul Young or Brian May or something like that, again, not suggesting you do that, very, very great musicians, then I think that would be classed as an assassination. I think it is to do with how popular you are as a celebrity or public figure to be classed as an assassination. If someone was to do it to Jeremy Corbyn or Boris Johnson, I think it would be classed as a blessing. I'm only kidding, you can't hold anything against me there. I am not endorsing that. I'm just doing some comedy. By no means should anybody try and take those two bellends out. Just throw some eggs at them, you know what I mean? Throw some eggs at them. I can't see them giving you the twat like Prescott would have, so I think you'd be alright. So that's my take on the difference between assassination and murder. Good question, that Fletchy. Simon Hayward. Ted, when the kids were younger and for a cheap laugh, I used to give them a banana and I used to count with them 1 skin, 2 skin, 3 skin, and then I'd let them finish the gag when they would say 4 skin, to much his amusement. Was he a bad parent? Yeah, I think you were. I think that's really bad, that, mate. Certainly if you weren't wearing any trousers at the time as well, it's a bit you could be a bit confusing, but also a little bit of light-hearted fun, you know what I mean? I used to I used to always say to Big Julie, oh, that's such a cracking pair you've got there, and I was just on about tits, to be honest. So she's got really good tits. Next question, Bryce Wilson. Ted, is that rumour right? Woodgate signing 2 new Asian players in January? Oh, fucking hell, this better not be racist, Bry. We won once, and how long since? I think he's put there, someone pulling my pisser. I'm going to allow that on the podcast because it's a bit of light-hearted fun, but it was a bad joke, Bri, and I think we need to make an example that bad jokes using people's foreign names isn't accepted on here, and that was a rule enforced many years ago on the podcast circuit by Wan Kerr. So there you go. Next question, Liam Woods. Now then, Ted, I see Tyson Fury has taken up wrestling. How long would you last in the ring with him? As I reckon your teeth might scare the shit out of you, cheeky bastard, Liam. I mean, have a look at your profile picture here. Look at the fucking look at your eyebrows, mate. You've got fucking eyebrows like slugs. So I reckon he'd be scared of your eyebrows, mate. But I reckon I've had Tyson on the show before. He's a lovely bloke, and he knows not to mess with me because I would batter him. I don't care bare knuckle fighter or not. I reckon I'd be able to take him because I'm a little bit of an unknown quantity. So there you go. Next question, Leighton Pole. Ted, you're worried about facing Leeds this month, and what's your thoughts on them winning the league if they do? I'm worried about facing anyone, Leighton, to be honest. It's like we could play fucking, I don't know, the blind school of under fives, and I'd still be worried that we'd get beat at the minute. I think Leeds are gonna. Well, we might step it up because it's a bit passionate, isn't it? And it's Woody's old club as well, and I think he'll want to go there and make a stamp, or I just think we'll. I think it'll be a draw. There you go. I think it'll be a draw, and it'll be a tough game, and it'll be very, very rough tackles going in. If they win the league, I'm not going to be happy, but whoever wins the league deserves to win it, don't they? Really. So nobody wins the league by luck. You know what I mean? Like fucking Man City and Liverpool, 1 point. It wasn't down to luck though, was it? They just ran it all the way to the end, and someone had to slip up. So I think Leeds will get promoted. I think West Brom's going to win the league, but I think Leeds will go up as a runner-up, unfortunately. There's my prediction. Put your bets on now. Next question, Wilf Smith. Can blind people see their dreams? Oh, it's a nice question in a way. I reckon they can. I reckon because you've got things in your head and images stored there, and I don't know how it works if you were born blind or whether you were made blind, like PJ in PJ and Duncan. So I'm not sure if you've never had sight, if you can store images in your brain to form them into dreams, or whether you've had to have seen these things beforehand. It's a good question. It's a science question. I'm not qualified to answer, but well done for asking something interesting there, Wilf. What's this? Here we go. Tony Seaman. Ted, what the fuck is happening at the Riverside? Big changes need to happen. Any chance of putting Big Fat Julie's knickers in the Boro goal to keep the opposition away? I heard that she's a good mix of shit and lady diseases all over them. I think that's a bold statement, Tony. Certainly with a man with a surname that is similar to Spunky. Do you know what, mate? I could probably hang them on the back of the goal as the net. They're that big, to be honest. But the ball might get a little bit sticky. The Boro just fuck crap at the minute, but we've got to believe because we're going to get better. We are. Can't get any worse. Even Woody's saying that the table's lying, and we're gonna improve. He might just click one game. Next thing you know, a Sombalonga goes on a 20-game goal-scoring spree, and we end up mid-table to playoff place. It's happened before, it can happen again, so let's have some faith, guys. Let's have some faith. Mark Longstaff. That look on your face, Ted, is Big Fat Julie going down on you. But he's referring to the picture that I posted on Facebook asking for the questions. And I'm looking at it now, Mark, and it is very similar to me face of pleasure. that when Julie is giving us a bit of a gobble, I do tend to just, look a little bit like I'm kind of enjoying it, but I'm a bit worried she's going to bite me pecker off type of thing. So, but she isn't in the woods giving me one there. I'm just having a light scratch. I've got a bit of an itch down there at the moment. So there we go. So thank you very much. That ends this week's Ask Ted. Brilliant. Some good questions there. Cheers, Matters. So there you have it, another great episode of Ted Talks, the Ted Hanky Podcast. As alluded to earlier on in the show by Liam Neeson, please share it about, or he will find you and he will kill you. Big thanks to Boro Fan TV, Showcase Comedy for sponsoring. Thank you to everyone who sent in the Ask Ted questions and that, and obviously big thank you to me brother-in-law, Big Fat Julie's brother-in-law, Mala, for being my guest in the studio, even though he had no credit left on his phone at Doyle. Check out my website, tedhanky.com. I'll be putting all gigs and stuff like that on there as well. And, feel free to buy my merchandise. Feel free to book me for stuff. I'm open to offers. And, you know what I mean? Buy us a coffee on coffee.com, ko-fi.com. I'll appreciate it. I will, I promise. And, the crack matters. Up the butter. I believe.